Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the video blog series here. Don't know if you're viewing this through YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, through either one of our websites, but we welcome you here. However you got here, you got here. I don't know if you guys have been following the last few blog series Rashid and I decided to do. We're just kind of taking it step by step, laying out the blueprint to what we believe wellness to be. And it's interesting that we can bring you guys two different roads, similar paths, but they all meet at one way, and that's to optimum wellness. And again, my website is franktortorici.com. That's TORTORICI.com. This is the main man, Rashid, raw foods, cooked vegan, living foods, culinary artist. His website is www.rawsheeds.com. That's RAWSHEEDS, rawsheeds.com. So again, we welcome you guys. Basically today, since we've been unfolding our journeys and what we experience and what we share with people, we've touched on food, we've touched on our stories a little bit, and we've touched on just the difference of adapting this lifestyle and losing certain preconceived notions you have about food and whatnot that relate to weight loss and other things. So we felt like before we go any further and really get into the importance of the foods and other realms, we want to touch on the importance of what eating better food sources does for your clarity, overall clarity, whether it be mental clarity, spiritual clarity, just clarity in general of your energy levels and just feeling vital. But all of those components are all great. But one of the things that Rashid and I were talking about just a little bit earlier before we came up with this concept to shoot was what the foods do of helping you have a cleaner vessel and opening yourself up to hearing the higher message, from just feeling connected more. And one of the most, I guess, important things that I noticed within the first 6 to 8 months of even embarking on cleansing my body and just changing my lifestyle was my clarity in being able to judge situations and make a right call from a higher place rather than my lower self, and having more clarity of my judgment. And when you eat cleaner, you're able to feel things easier. And I think that's an important thing. One of the most important elements that I took from this whole journey was that realizing that all of our true purposes are to be open and receptive for everything that wants to come through us. And when you're putting in such high pollutants and chemically induced foods, the chances of you having an opening third eye to receive really what matters are so slim, because we're so polluted at that point and so intoxicated from all the crap that we're putting into our bodies on a day-to-day basis. So, you know, there is obviously the belief that our thoughts create our reality, and I'm sure that we all agree on that. But how much of food really creates our reality as well, and what we think of our life to be? Again, food is a drug, so food can become addictive or medicinal or both, and pleasure you on your taste buds, but also pleasure your body and your organs on things that your 5 physical senses aren't even aware of. So there are all of those factors involved in there. So eating the cleaner sources and cleansing the gook out only make things more open and being able to receive it. That's one of the things I took from it. And again, I believe the importance of maintaining that still mind and being able to do the things that come from our true source, which are right, you know, in here, in the pit, in the fire, in the downstairs, in the soul of our body. Like, where everything generates from there is infinite as to what happens into my life, into Rashid's life, into your life. So I want to pass it on to Rashid now, but again, this blog is, as you guys can tell, solely on the purpose of what the food does and being open and receptive to receive it.
So what can I say? This lifestyle, this journey, it begins to take you on a higher calling path to where you want to get out in nature, you want to hike, you want to connect with animals and get an understanding of their purpose on the earth. You want to pray and meditate. You want to go to a mountain or sit in the waters of the earth. You want to have experiences to where you resonate in the warm fires and really pay attention to what fire is, or the water molecules and checking out all of the things that's going on inside of water. Basically what I'm saying is the spirit opens up to the body on another level, and you begin to climb those stairs as I talked about earlier on. And as you're climbing those stairs, you want to really, really connect to more than just being, but become the being that you are. And that's what these foods will do. Your kindness will reach another frequency to where you're ready to be more kind and possibly listen to receive. You know, maybe with a partner, you were probably closed off in some areas, and in this moment you decided that the food have opened up, the food of thought, the food of heart, the food of the mind, the food of the strength that resonates all through the 17 chakras that's riding all through the body, or should I say 173 chakras, and feel the physical body aligning itself. But what it does in that relationship is it creates a different level of communication, a softness to hear, to receive, and just love. You know, not saying another lifestyle or another way that people have this experiences don't love or have the connection. I'm telling you what this experience have done for me and what possibly can happen for you when you have this experience. You just want to travel into places unknown. Leave the concrete jungle. Come into the body. Fill out the body. Even when making love, you really want to resonate in the taste of the fruits that you marinated within that frequency. Oh, it's all good. And longevity is just for everlasting when you tasted the fruit of the divine. That's what it's done. And that's what it can do. Give it a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, it's always interesting to me too, because when you go to like the hardcore essence of a lot of different religious teachings, when you look at Buddha or Jesus, food for all of those great ascended masters was a key element. So it always blows my mind when I drive past churches on Sundays, and it's not in judgment, but it blows my mind how the teachings are only absorbed for what we want out of them. And we can call ourselves Catholic or Christian or Baptist or whatever, but it boggles my mind when I see people leaving the service and then they're drinking coffee and having a donut or a slice of pizza, and I'm like, man, you know, or a cigarette, you know, like all part of the enlightenment is to be open, as I said earlier, to attain those, for us to be as Christ-like or as Buddha-like as we can possibly be, and that's a challenge that we could never even come close to, but at least try to do our best to emulate that and get close to that vibration. So for us to do that, actually I'll take that back, for me to be able to do that,
right.
For me to be able to need to do that, I know that putting in the most purest sources of food into my body can only help me to achieve that main goal in my life. That's my main goal in life, and I'm sure it's a lot of other people's, is just to be the best that we could possibly be, and try to follow the footsteps of those great teachers. But
yes.
Again, I'll take the responsibility of saying, I know as a human being, it's a very hard challenge to follow those footsteps of those great teachers and avatars. That's why they are who they are and left their mark on our history, and we always pay homage to that and respect that in that sense. So again, to bring it home, this video blog, again, we just wanted to touch on the importance of what the live foods and what cleansing the body and what eating from the purest sources actually does, and how it keeps us open and receptive to the all good that is all around us and that is flowing through us at every given moment. So again, this falls into the notion of just food being medicine, and food tying into creating spiritual awareness in all of our lives. And that's where I know, for me, the ultimate truth lies. So again, we thank you guys. Rashid, any closing before we close this one out?
And always, again, remember, live in the now, be as you should be in the now, love now, and always, it's all about you saying, I am. We love you. Peace.
So again, we thank you guys for joining in. FrankTortorici.com, TORTORICI.com, Rawsheeds.com, RAWSHEEDS. Again, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, our websites. We're available for you guys. We're here to learn and grow, and we hope we're giving you the same. Peace.
Peace.